No, I have some.
No, really, my whole drink, I'm gonna end up it.
I know, I have a full cup. I just didn't think it'd be gone.
So you're not gonna drink that, I'll just dump it?
Your coffee?
Yeah.
Keep it.
It's a whole glass. Maybe I'll open it for free. That way it can sit out longer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open up the soap, is that okay?
Open up what?
For down here, a soap.
Open up what?
A soap bar.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put it back in the box. Or I'll put it here. Soap on there. There we go. Lather, lather. Oh, my hands are dirty. You wanna come wash your face?
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
Feel better. I love the hair flip. Is it okay to heat up the sponge? Oh. Oh, it. Can I use that red towel right there? Keep on that sponge, is that okay? It'll collect all the shit and it'll... Yeah. It feels so much better. That's all over my face, you know? Yeah. It's just tickling you. What? Sorry. Did that upset you? Here. Oh, wow. You're really sticking out, babe. Your balls are really cold. You don't fuck up with anything like that, right? Look at you.
Normal shit.
I know, but I'm sorry. But look. You can't do that. That's fucking like. That's fine. Every girl that looks down is gonna be like, wow. I want that. I need that. Shit, so deserve that. Talk to me. You know that, right? Every girl. Alright, I'm coming. So you got a story to tell me before
Yeah.
you do anything else?
Yep.
Today, I think I'm gonna write down shit that I'm gonna do by the end of the day. If I don't get it, if I don't do it, there's gotta be a consequence. Because well, how about this? I'll break it up for the weekend. Get it done for the weekend. Alright, anyways, go on, baby. I'm very interested to hear.
Oh, my story, it was about, you talking about people not saying hi or, saying stuff and upsetting you.
Mm-hmm.
There's two moments that stick out to me. Look how much of a beast this Ricky is. He just breaks everything. Watch. I'm going to run him right up the middle. He's not as... Well, just watch this. He's not as fast, so you run him right up the middle and watch. This is a guaranteed
I'm
first.
watching. You gotta make sure I'm watching.
This is a guaranteed first. Oh, it's not him. That wasn't him. That was That was Barkley. All right, let me run him again. Or I can't run him. Yeah, I'll run him. Here. Okay, here we go. Here's Ricky up the middle. Barkley doesn't break tackles like that. Ricky's solid. All right, witness. Break a tackle, break a tackle. That's 4 guys. She's a beast. All right, so there's 2 moments that stick out to me in their high school, when I was in high school. I'll tell you the one when I was in high school first. Okay. There was this kid, Andy Mattias, and he had a locker next to me because JK LMNOP Mattias, he was right a few down from me. I was in 10th grade, and I had my group of friends, and then when you first go to a school, you kind of figure out who people are, who they hang out with, stuff like that.
Group's gonna be.
Yeah, well, I had a group because my friends were in middle school, so I already had a group.
So you were in middle school.
Right, but no, I was in high school.
Oh.
But I went to middle school at Seton, and a lot of those kids went to high school.
Gotcha.
So I already had my group. I had my friends. But, there's moments when you have classes, you're in the hall, and you're not around your friends. Mm-hmm. There was this kid, Andy Mattias. He would talk to me like... he would be the one to initiate conversation with me. He'd come and talk to me. He was on cross team, stuff like that. Didn't know nothing about him. And we weren't friends. I wouldn't even call it that, but I knew who he was because he talked to me. Whatever, we had small talk. One day in 10th grade, I remember it. I was baked off my ass, and it just stuck with me. I was just at my locker and changing the stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And he said something. He said, blah, 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 you're so gay. Out of nowhere, unprovoked, not even talking to him, whatever. And it was a mind fuck because it came out of nowhere. And I just laughed it off.
Right.
And then, as time went on, later down the road, you come to find out he's gay. He was a closet faggot, though. He wasn't officially out. So that situation explained itself. He was trying to project something onto me when I did nothing, You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that was one situation that taught me that.
Yes.
The next situation was in high school, and it was when I was a senior. And my ex's brother was graduating. No, I must have been in school then. I don't know. So, I'm there, and my ex's mom, she had a sister who was a complete, just low life, just fucking whore. And the first few times I had met her, she was like, "Oh, you know, if you ever want to find out what a real woman like, talk to me." At this graduation, we're just standing there, you know, I'm standing there on the field after it happened. People are taking pictures, and I was kind of backed off because family was taking pictures. She slithers up and through the crowd out of
Says you're
nowhere,
gay.
and she's just like, "Yeah, those earrings fit you perfect. Those earrings are gay, so they're perfect for you because you're gay." Something like that. And then she just slithered back into the crowd.
They're gay like you or something.
Yeah,
like
something like that. And that moment mind fucked me too, because I was like, you know, I'm clearly not gay. You know, it's a known thing. But I was like, what would make, and it still kind of mind fucks me to this day. It just shows how sick she is. A grown woman who's 45. We're at a positive graduation, and that was on her mind to say to me at that moment.
She was upset. She's probably not used to young people rejecting her.
Right. So, exactly, that's what it was. And that's what I figured out. But those two moments taught me something. That people are going to say and do whatever the fuck they want. And it doesn't make sense, but it's all their internal battles.
Right.
Those two things.
It's true.
And, you know, in both of those situations, I handled it right. I just kind of looked at them and laughed. I didn't even get mad. I actually laughed because I was just like, they didn't get a rise out of me or anything because it was just so out of left field and so inaccurate.
Right.
That, you know, because why it stuck with me is back then when I was young, I talked to my dad about those two things, and he's the one that helped me with it. And that's what I'm telling you what he told me. Because I was saying, I was like, Dad, I'm honestly not that upset about it, but I'm trying to understand something. Why would they call me gay? That was the part that bothered me. I'm like, why would I be called gay when I'm clearly not? And he's like, he was like, they're just trying to say something to you to upset you that they know would upset you because they know you're not gay, so they just try and say that.
Why is it so offensive to you to be called gay? You know you're not.
I said it's not really offensive, babe.
No,
I'm
I
not
know I
saying
get
it's
it.
like super
but,
offensive.
You just didn't understand
I just
why.
didn't understand where it came from. That's what I didn't get.
Maybe because
I was like, where does someone get that from?
Did you ever say like that's really fucking offensive? Like, did you show them that it bothered you?
No.
Oh.
I don't show people that it bothers me. No.
Because then you know they have you.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe like.
No.
You knew it.
I wasn't homophobic. I never said anything about gay people. It was just out of left field.
And then it's coincidence that it happened twice.
Right.
So yeah, the second one would definitely mind fuck you. Like, why do people keep saying this to me? Like.
Right.
I don't know. Nice job, dude.
But yeah, that all those things taught me was that people are gonna say and do whatever. It's their own internal battles, and they're just trying to bring you down with them. They're trying to piss you off because they're unhappy.
That's all they want to do. They don't care about how you're going to go home and feel because they would rather you feel worse than them.
Right.
So then they know, hey, you know what? Maybe what I said's really bothering him.
Right.
So I'm not the only one who has to fucking go through life feeling this way.
Right, exactly.
And they get off on making people feel worse because then they can like get a little release from the pain that they feel inside.
Exactly.
And it's a really sick way to do it.
It
It's
is a
very
sick way.
sick. I never understood that because
Right.
we're like two different totally people. Like
Right.
we're not different from each other. We're like really the same in a lot of ways that we think. But I mean, from bullies, like I never could understand why making someone feel bad and cry and hurting their self-esteem and hurting them physically, which is, you know, it makes them feel better. It's almost like a sign of like fucking psychopath. Like,
Right.
do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Exactly, I agree with you, and all those things are very true. And that's what it came down to was I had, yeah, yeah. I was thinking of something while you were talking. I forgot.
I'm so sorry. I
No,
talk too much.
no, babe. You hit the nail on the head with what you're saying. Everything you said is perfectly true. They want to bring you down a little bit so they don't, feel that. And, oh, this is what I was going to say. Okay. Why those things used to bother me, and I don't mean bother me in the way that I was really thought I was gay, just kind of didn't understand it, is like you said. When you're a person that's healthy and you're happy and you want good for people, you don't even think those things.
Right, exactly.
So that's where the confusion comes from, is you're like, wait,
What?
where did that come from? Like,
Right.
it takes you back for a second. Because, we're not out in public. I mean, we may say one or two things about people that look weird, but you're not out in public thinking of ways to tear people down.
Exactly.
And then when you realize that that's what some people do, then you understand, oh, okay, they hate their life, so they just try and pick people apart.
Right.
Because if you're happy, you don't give a fuck.
Right. You're going about your day, just worrying about you and your family and those that care about you.
Yeah.
You don't need to stop and say, hey, you look really fat in that.
Right.
Or did you fucking look in the mirror before you left this morning?
Right.
Like, you don't have to go through your day thinking those things, because why the fuck would you need to? Like, you feel good.
Yeah, and that's when you can flip it on them and just say, thank you for finding me so interesting that you have to spend your energy and attention on what I'm doing. Because that mind fucks them. Because then they're like, wait, what? Oh.
Then they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to turn it back on me.
Yeah, because then they're like, wait, because it's true.
Right.
Like, why are you're so interested in what I'm doing?
Exactly.
Tell me.
This is so... Exactly, baby.
So all those things, it just helps deal with people, and it's information you wish that young people could have.
Oh, I know. We gotta teach that to Nathan.
Because the worst thing is when those people actually succeed
When someone kills themselves.
in tearing someone down. Well, kills themselves, or someone quits doing something that was really good for them, or, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So, they listen and they say, well, if they don't like it, it must not be cool.
Exactly. And you know what, babe? Thank you for saying that, because that's like my fear is, kids growing up, they realize what they like, and they, some kid might like a certain show that really makes them very happy, and they get stuff out of it. But one kid makes fun of it and says, that's really stupid, that's for babies, or why would you like that? And guess what? That kid's not going to watch that show anymore. Even though they really like it, they're not going to watch it, because even at home, they feel like, oh my god, they know it's stupid.
Right.
I don't want to do something or watch something that people think is stupid.
Right.
I want friends.
Right.
It's like kids and even adults. Like, no one's allowed to be different anymore. We gotta all conform. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Why can't I like one show and you like one show, and then why can't we still get along?
Right.
Why does that make my whole person as a person change?
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I do.
Even not even just a show, the way you dress. Who cares how they fucking dress?
Right. We mentioned that before.
To a reasonable extent.
We mentioned that, and it's true that happens. Like, I used to love the Power Rangers, and then, like, I was playing like a handheld Power Rangers game, and a kid like a year older than me called them the potty trainers, and then I didn't like them. So they rob you. See, that's the thing of bullies is.
Yes.
The thing is about negative people and bullies. This is a key ingredient, babe. Right? Bullies are so upset and they hate themselves when they look and see someone smiling and laughing.
Exactly.
It destroys them. it destroys them. So they try and go in there and ruin that good thing for that person, so then they don't have to see other people being happy. That's what it is. You see what I'm saying? And all that's why you say you kill them with kindness. That's why it's such a true thing. You just keep doing your thing and like being happy. That's why those people, anyone will say anything wild to you.
And they'll get worse, but if you keep showing and keep doing what you want, they'll leave you alone eventually.
Yeah, because they're not getting it. They know you're not going to change, and they can't stand seeing you happy anymore, so they'll go away.
And a lot of times, like, you know, you'll see, like, in it get physical, or in movies, bullies get so angry at this person that they get physical and stab them and hurt them. But it usually really doesn't get to that point. I hope not. I mean, you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One of the craziest things to me was Jacob. And if you had came to that gathering a couple months ago, I forget what it was for, but Misty's.
Yeah.
Jacob was there, and he's older, and he's taller now and stuff, and he actually talks more. He hit that stage where like you don't see him for a year, and all of a sudden he's like tall.
Yeah.
That kid, when he was younger, he'd get on the bus, and this kid used to hit him in the nuts every day. And he just let him.
Dude, babe, what would you do? Rip his fucking head off? Smack him in the nuts so hard he'll never want to fucking do it to you again?
Yeah, like...
You gotta stand up for yourself at a certain point. Especially your nuts.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like, how bad did that hurt?
I won't even say how I'd react, but this is my thing. If you're already getting hit in the nuts, what are you afraid of?
Exactly.
What's
That's
the
like
worst
the worst.
thing? What's worse that could happen? Someone tell me. So that's why when I heard that about him, I was like, what a lost little child.
Right.
You're already getting hit in the nuts and you're not standing up for yourself. It made me... I laughed to myself because I was just like...
Ow.
I was like, that bully has got him. Like,
yeah.
Being that bully, how happy would you be? You know what I mean? If you were a bully, I mean.
Right.
You can hit this kid on the nuts all you want. Oh, I hate myself today. Hey, Jacob, come here. Bow! Oh, I feel better now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
You're a bitch and I'm powerful.
You're such a bitch. And something like that, when that was said, I'm like, there's, I don't know how you're supposed to help him.
You gotcha. Congrats.
Yeah, picked it off.
Great, baby. That was awesome. But, yeah, like, oh my god. Do you know what I would do if I got hit in the nuts by somebody and, I would get them back. I wouldn't just let them keep doing it every day. Fucking walk my ass home. Tell a teacher, hey, because, teachers should take that serious. Like, that's a private part, and that can really hurt you.
I know, that's why. But I don't look at it as... I understand what you're saying. You should tell the teacher and stuff like that. But when it comes to boys and men, you gotta fucking do something. You gotta stand up for yourself.
Like I said, hit him in the nuts so fucking hard or beat his fucking ass so he doesn't do it again.
Right.
I'm sorry, but that's how that needs to be dealt with.
Yeah, I told you about the time when I was in high school.
With Vinny?
No, not Vinny. This was that kid in the WeGo.
Oh.
When I was going up I was playing knockout and he threw the ball in my nuts. I couldn't react after I got hit. They were in my throat and I went down and sat down. He was giggling, laughing with two of his friends. And the girls came over and were like, oh, are you okay? We saw it happen. I'm like, it's alright, just wait. I can't fucking move right now, but I'll get him. And they saw the girls came over to me and they fucking stopped laughing. So that was one thing they didn't like, because I got attention then. And then that same fucking day, when I was good, I got back in line, I acted like I wasn't going to do anything, because they were watching me when I got up. And then, once they thought I wasn't going to do anything, I got like right behind them. And like, he'd hit me in the nuts, so I fucking put everything behind this ball. I fucking threw it so hard at the back of his head, like, from here to this wall. Like, so fucking hard, like, sidearm. And it hit him so hard in the head that he fell to the ground. And then when I'll never forget his face, like, when he looked up at me, it was like he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. That just happened. And, you know, being the bitch that he was, he didn't come after me. He didn't try and fight me, nothing. And I was ready to fight him right there. You know, people like that are cowards that want to hit you in the nuts when you're not looking. They don't want it when you're ready for them. You know what I mean?
He probably had a concussion too.
Probably.
Because I've seen people get hit in the head hard and it does damage.
See, why I did it that way is I wanted to make sure I was going to get him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, fuck.
I thought about it and I was like, don't miss, don't fuck up, don't get your ass kicked. Get him
Yeah,
first.
it's stuck if you missed.
Yeah, get him and then see if he comes at you. Because I know how that shit is, you know what I mean? If I went up to him and started fighting him, I'd be suspended.
Yep, exactly.
So I just did the same thing he did to me, but I threw it right in the back of his head.
Instead of fucking, saying it's self-defense, protecting yourself, standing up for yourself. School wouldn't have cared if you said, oh my god, and he just hit me as hard as he fucking could in my nuts. So I'm gonna fucking kick his ass, school. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but that's the thing with those kids is they're watching. Before they do that, they make sure no one sees
no
them.
one's looking.
And when, babe, you don't know how many times that got me. How many times I didn't watch and I just reacted and I got in trouble. So by then I knew better.
Well, I'm proud of you for yourself. Kids, that's something you can teach Nathan to do. Because I can see him getting walked on. I really can, babe. Is that something you could do for me?
Yeah.
Or do you not want to talk about, like, having Nathan and stuff?
I can talk to him about it.
I'm only asking just because, you said that you want to be involved, so, like, and I know his dad's not going to fucking, you know what I mean?
Right. Wow, there's a glitch right now where the coaches are in the middle of the field. That's kind of weird.
Let me see. Is it gone?
No, it's right here. I just paused it. Come here. All right, look right in.
Because they're not allowed on the field.
Look right in front of me. The coaches are on the field standing next to each other. Look, right?
They're not supposed to be.
Right up there. You see them?
Holy shit! What?
But, all right.
Are you recording?
Yeah, those are the two coaches.
What are they doing?
See, they're in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
What I was
Keep
going to
talking,
say
I can hear you.
about that is, oh, wait till you come back.
I can hear you. Okay. Did you want any M&M's?
No.
This is my stash. Alright. Coming, darling! Sorry, babe. I'm only gonna just eat a little bit throughout the day. That's all I'm gonna do. Get quiet, baby.
All right. I'll say a couple things. With teaching Nathan that, what I tell him is, no one's allowed to pick on you. And, relate to him, be like, listen, I dealt with things in my life where people picked on me, but it's about, you got to stand up for yourself. And I got to teach him, you don't pick on people that don't deserve it, that leave you alone, but people that come at you and want to treat you bad, you need to stand up for yourself. But the first thing you have to learn is there's a time for it. You have to, and this is like, I don't know if a lot of parents would agree with this, but this is what I tell them. I tell him, don't get yourself in trouble and react to kids when the teachers are watching, because those type of kids, they do it when the teachers aren't watching, and then they want you to get in trouble and react.
Mm-hmm.
So say, look at what the teachers are doing and get them when they're off by themselves and do something to them. But before I even get to that, and this is something I'm glad that you brought this up because I want to talk to you about this. The one thing, the main thing, not the one thing, but the main thing that I'd like to work on with Nathan is communication.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't absorb things. He doesn't listen.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to say he knows. That's why I was kind of joking with you. I'm like, he knows.
Right.
You know what I mean? He needs to relax and focus on what we're saying and not interrupt, not yell and say he knows, because I get to the point where I feel like I can't tell him things.
Right.
Because he doesn't
listen.
He doesn't listen. And that's the main thing.
You're right. Right, babe.
He looks at us as, you know, he likes to be a deal maker, and that's okay, but life isn't about deals with us. Like, when we speak, you listen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it needs to be.
No more negotiations.
I feel like there's these negotiations that go on, and for him to even listen.
Yeah.
And
we can't do that anymore. That's not how life is. That was me.
And I know that he has special, like, you know, the, what do you call it?
Occupational stuff.
Occupational stuff, like the ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
I know he has that stuff, but as a person that, you know, I don't think I had it, you know, as far in as maybe he does, but I've dealt with it.
Right.
He needs to, that doesn't mean that you don't listen to anything I say.
Exactly.
And we can't reward behaviors that aren't good.
Exactly.
Like, when I try and talk to Nathan, he's here, he's there, he's looking over here, he's thinking about what he wants to say. I love him, baby. I'm not saying anything bad about your son. Don't take it that way, okay? Because I love Nathan. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings.
I know you love Nathan.
And I'm not.
You're not hurting my feelings.
I'm just trying to be careful. I don't want to offend you. I'm not picking him apart. I'm just saying it's something I want to work on because he's a great kid. You know I love him. He's a great kid. He has a lot of potential. And he's funny. He's great. So I don't want you to get the wrong idea here.
I'm not.
It's just that when I'm trying to tell him something, a lot of times he's, like you said,
He's a space cadet.
He's a space cadet, and you said it perfectly. You're like, when I'm talking, listen to what I'm saying. You're not gonna think. You're not sitting there thinking about what you want to say or what you're gonna say after. You're thinking, you know, because these are things that need to be discussed because they're for his own good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I reminded him a few times.
Yeah.
I was like, Nathan, we're not telling you this just to order you around. It's for your own good.
Exactly.
And I just really, really want to address that with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's hard to get anywhere if we don't address that first.
Very.
You know, kids got to learn on their own. But what scares me about the I know thing is it just makes me think like, you know, I don't want him to have to make all his own mistakes. See what I'm saying?
Right.
When he starts saying I know, it's like, well, you don't know, dude.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And it's an interesting thing. He's an interesting child because I've never seen someone that wants to be as independent as him, which is good.
Right.
But he needs to understand
there's responsibilities with that.
You need to listen and it's not about knowing anything. It's like he gets like with like what you were saying about on the game. I said the same thing to him. You're like, Nathan, I wasn't telling you. I was just saying I know what you're talking about. Like there was times I was trying to relate to him, and he's screaming, I know.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, like,
what?
I'm like, it's almost like he has this thing where he doesn't want to be looked at as stupid or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
how weird is that for a 6-year-old?
it's very weird. I've never seen anything
Who
like
puts
it.
that ideas into his head?
I don't know. Adults do. I know adults do, but I don't know who. He perceives things very interesting at that age.
My dad.
Yeah, probably.
My dad made me feel the same way. And that's why I'm always defending myself. And it stuck with me.
Right. Yeah. That's basically what he's doing already.
It's my dad. That's why I want to get out. Because a lot of the parenting that I would have done, my dad doesn't do. And I think Nathan would be just, different.
Right. Because he's trained to think that when he's here and you and I are telling him something, he's trained, like, already in his mind, he takes it differently than we're delivering it.
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to talk to him.
But, I think that if he lived here, like, the longer he started seeing, he started getting better. Not here, but, like, lived with us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, in the future.
Right. He'd get better with time.
He gets better, like, because he starts to feel comfortable. And I think we do great with him.
Right. He'd get better with time. But the way that I'm recommending and the way I want to do it is like a Band-Aid. Like, you just rip it off and deal with the pain quickly. I mean, like, that shit's not going to fly.
No, you're right.
And the main thing about his focus is video games.
Right.
And he needs to understand that that's taken away very easily. That's
you need to understand that that's, what do you say, like...
That's not his God, we're his God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He dictates everything on video games. But that's not how it's going to be.
Video games is, what do you call that? Like driving. It's,
privilege.
Privilege, there you go. If you don't act right, you can take that shit away quick.
Right. And the thing is like, even if he's behaving right, the way that he speaks to you, that's enough to get it taken away. And that's what I'm talking about. That's got to start, because that's the only way to change him. And I love him. He's a great little kid. It's just sometimes I don't like the way he talks to you when you're being very nice. You're being very, very nice, And I get it. I'm not beating him up, because it's all that he knows, you know what I mean? It's how he's surviving where he is. It's not his fault. But we need to address it to change it. For his own good. It's all for his own good. Mm-hmm. And, it is a scary thing, if he's saying, I know. Because what he's saying is, he's not listening to what you think. He has his idea. Mm-hmm. And...
That's my dad. Makes me mad. It's not normal.
How do you do that to somebody? If you don't mind me asking. Like, what does your dad do to make someone like that?
He literally just calls you stupid and hits you and hits you a lot and hurts you a lot. It's almost like mind manipulation.
Alright,
I don't know the actual process.
I mean, like, when someone calls you stupid, how, like, so basically if you don't have the outlook he does on anything, it's stupid.
Right.
It's his perception only.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying is like I know that your dad treated you like shit and treats him like shit, but I know that woman Janelle is a fucking super beast. The women are always fucking 10 times worse than the men. And just by
She's
being
mean to Nathan just as much as he is.
just by being around her, whoo,
Mm-hmm.
that's a scary one. And maybe
Nathan told me she hits harder than Grandpa. You want to kill her?
what? Don't you want to kill her?
I don't like Janelle. I think she's mean.
Well, yeah.
And
of course, anyone.
I don't know where they get off thinking they can just hit my son. But I'm telling you, babe, like, I don't know where you're at on this. But once I get my son back, I'm taking a long break from my dad. And I'm not saying that I'm not grateful for what he's done, but he's been such a negative thing in my life.
Yeah.
And treated me so negatively when I didn't deserve it.
Right. I agree. I don't have any problem with that.
So I'm taking a huge step back from him.
I think you should. I think you should.
Nathan didn't even talk to him.
When? Oh, when he was with us?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know what to say?
Nope.
Because he's probably like, who is this guy talking to me right now? Because he treats him different when we can hear. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that trauma that's been put on him is still there, so he's just kind of like holding the phone. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
He's used to receiving it.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's not receiving it, he didn't know what to say. I could pick up on that. Probably the whole way, the way his tone is, everything, like, because you can kind of hear on the phone. Like, see, as a kid, that's a very interesting subject. All right. As a kid, I remember not being able to understand why adults are like that. They'd act one way and then another. You know what I mean?
Confusing.
So
confusing.
it's like you get mad confused, like, wait, why is he treating me like this now? It's because of we were there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But as a kid, you're just kind of, and then you start to have a battle within yourself. Like, you start to feel like, what did I do differently this time? Yeah, I know all about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you think it's you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not.
Nope.
No. It's not. It's sad how much adults put shit on, kids when they just should be kids.
It's sick.
Yeah. It doesn't give the kids a chance at life.
Mm-hmm. Not normal.
Not
in their
normal.
brain.
Yeah.
And then they don't want to take any responsibility of it and never bring it up again.
Right.
So then
You're just left with it.
you're left to think, am I fucking crazy?
Unsolved.
Right.
That's what, a lot of that was my drug use.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Wow, really?
Mm. I haven't even told him I got an apartment yet.
Well, that says something right there.
Because the last time I was going to tell him, he answered the phone, he's a fucking asshole. I'm like, what did I do now? Nothing, man. Well, you're giving me attitude. No, I'm not. Fuck, you aren't.
I'm at a hockey game. I'm yelling. It's my excuse to yell.
Like, what the fuck? Am I crazy? Like, what the fuck? He's always made me feel like I was crazy. Like, Emily, that didn't happen. Well, I sure as hell didn't make that shit up in my head.
Yeah.
So, what the fuck you talking about? Like, me telling my mom about, like, some of the stuff my dad used to do to me. Oh, you made that up. Why the fuck would I make up what some of the stuff he did to me? Why would I do that?
All those, those things you've told me, and you know, I think your dad knows that you've told me things. I mean, obviously,
Yes.
right? So that's why
He gets.
a little awkward when I'm there. It's not like super awkward, but I feel like he
I never even thought about that. Like,
yeah.
I tell you things, and then you gotta see them.
Right. No. I didn't mean for me. It's not awkward for me. I mean, I'm saying I see the awkwardness in him. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like he tries to compensate by acting like he's super nice. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He's not acting like himself.
No. If
But
you weren't there, he would have fucking been yelling at me, screaming at me,
right.
telling me.
And you know, part of that, you know, when your dad and we do those pickups, part of the reason I don't stand and hang around is because you've told me things, and you know, I don't want to be around that. And it doesn't mean I'm abandoning you, but it just means, you know, I know what this dude's like, so we're just gonna not give him energy.
Right.
Don't give him anything. And that's, you know, this whole conversation we've been having the last hour and a half about other people and them doing wild things. I know there's a lot of emotion tied up with what your dad's done to you in the past, but when you release and let go of that, he won't have control on you anymore.
I know.
He won't have the control to upset you. And then you won't know what to do. You know what they'll do? They'll, like I've told you, they either act right or they don't talk to you.
Right.
It's one of two things. You, all of a sudden, you have the control.
But I don't have them not. Well, you mean like let me talk to Nathan, but they don't talk to me?
No, I mean how he's always treated you. If you don't feed into it, you're not there to be the receiver anymore. And guess what? There has to be two to tango.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not going to accept that anymore, that's why I've told you, don't argue with them, don't text with them, just hang up the phone. That's how you get in control. But every moment that you sit there and listen and let him text or let him say shit to you, it's the same shit with Brian. Same exact thing. If you give them the moment, the time to do that, they win. But as soon as you don't give them time, you're winning.
Right. I was gonna ask about that.
What?
The whole Brian thing. Do you feel like I've been a lot less mean to you and not so acting different now that I don't talk to him?
Well, yeah.
No, I'm being dead serious. Like,
yeah.
do you notice a difference?
I noticed a difference the day that you got a different number.
Which one?
I noticed the day you got a different number. Because look at it from my perspective. I know you is the way of not talking to Brian. When you're talking to Brian, I don't know that person. I don't know that Emily. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, well, who is this then? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You don't like her.
Right, I don't like that. So you start saying, well, you know, it's either you talk to him or you talk to me, because I don't like the version of Emily that talks to him.
Me either.
And it was never, and that's the perfect way to put it, it was never, oh, I think she's gonna, you know, cheat on me or leave me. I'm not insecure like that. It's just basically, I know who you are and I like who you are, but I don't like the person you are when, you know, every day you can be roused by a fucking bullshit text or anything. That's why I was upset. Like, I get, you know, when you looked at the phone, Nate's phone, and you saw another girl calling your son, I was like, yeah, of course you have a right to be upset about that, but as soon as you start texting him about it, he's laughing and they're winning.
Right.
You're feeding right into it. And I felt like I felt like I couldn't even talk to you that week, to be honest. You were just off to the races. Going right at raw emotion. You were acting on raw emotion. You weren't thinking about anything.
Seriously, that's how he makes me get. I'm not even kidding you. I was like that every day, all the time, for years.
Right.
And it only got worse.
And I saw a sliver of that when, you know, I guess his friends were at the Price Chopper. and you're like, yeah, oh, they said that, I don't care. And like I could tell in your voice it upset you. And I wanted to be like, Emily, look at those two people. Are you fucking
Well,
kidding
do you want
me?
the honest truth why it upset me?
Sure.
Do you know, who said it? The bald one with the red shirt?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't.
I'll give you the honest truth.
I was already by them.
Oh.
And I just heard it. Like I saw them, and you were behind me, and I was like, ew, who the fuck are these people?
Right.
And then I heard them say something.
Well, okay, this is the true story. The bald one with the red shirt. I was at his. Him and his girlfriend had an apartment. I was there with Brian, and Brian and Mariah went out back to smoke a cigarette on the porch, and me and Andy were sitting on the couch. That's the bald one.
All right.
He got closer to me on the couch and tried sticking his hand down my pants and up my shirt and tried kissing me. And I pushed him away from me, and I said, what the fuck, I'm friends with your girlfriend. Like, I have a boyfriend, you have a girlfriend. So I thought about it. I was like, we left right after that. I made Brian take us home. I told Brian, and I'm like, what should I do? Should I tell Mariah? And he was trying to say, no, don't tell her. Don't cause problems in their relationship. But I told her.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really made me uncomfortable. Like, he molested me. I didn't want him to touch me. I don't like him like that.
You didn't like, he did touch you then?
He stuck his hand down my pants and touched my tits.
Oh.
Like, mad quick. Like, I pushed his hands away, and then he tried going up my, like, touch him up, like, on my, he didn't go up my shirt, so we'll say that. He went on my shirt, and then, like, I was wearing sweatpants. And no underwear.
I didn't know that, like, happens like that. I thought it's, like, kind of,
No.
you go for it, you get up, you walk away, you're out.
No.
You just kind of sat there.
No, after he did that, I got up.
Oh.
And I went to get Brian, and we left. I just said that to you.
All right. I
didn't sit there. And it just happened quick because I was wearing sweatpants and no underwear. Forget it. I'm trying to fucking tell you a story.
Yeah, so then you told his girlfriend.
Yeah, and they broke up. So now they're not together anymore. And so that's why he doesn't like me.
Yeah, fucking, who cares? Look at the fucking guy.
No, I know, but then after that, he told everybody that I was a liar, and everyone thought I lied about it. But I didn't. Why would I lie about that?
Well, listen, that's good. I'm glad that you told her, you know. You're still fucking, that's something that still affects him to this day, and he's still not over it. That's how you have to look at it.
Right, because it fucking happened.
So don't worry, you know, don't worry about what they say.
But I think I was more upset because obviously he's still going along with the lie that it was a lie.
Yeah. Well,
he
that's
said
his
to his
reality.
friend, oh boy, because I know it's him that said it.
That's his reality.
Yeah, true.
And
Sorry.
they scatter like fucking.
I don't care. I really don't because I was the honest one. He's a fucking loser.
I get it. And they're not, you know, you're above them. They fucking scatter away. You're with me. You're not gonna have any problems.
Right, exactly. And I wanted them to see me with you because, yeah, try to fucking do something.
They're not gonna do shit. The way the one guy was walking was weird.
Well,
he was like this.
The skinny one? Or?
Yeah, he was like.
Yeah, he's fucking drug addict. They both look like shit.
He was holding himself when he was walking.
They both look like shit.
Yeah, they look like they crawled out underneath a dumpster.
Yeah, pretty probably.
Like, what?
Probably.
It just sucks, you know, like, you're a good person, you're pretty, you have a good personality, you know, it hurts me that you ever had to even associate or know people like that. It's like crazy.
Right.
And I get it, the drug game's crazy, but goddamn.
Right.
It's, you know, it's the differences between being male and female, though. Men try and prey on women because they're weaker physically, and you know what I mean? Like, as a man, with me, like, if I don't want to be around you and I don't want anything to do with you, it's just not going to happen. And, you know, a lot of the women that are in relationships and drugs are held down, they're abused, it's a shitty situation and they don't leave. It's like a beaten dog.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really sad.
So
They can't talk. Well, they feel like they shouldn't. I gotta text my dad quick. I just don't want him to call me. I don't want to answer. It was last weekend when I called him and he was at the hockey game, right?
oh yeah.
Sorry, text my dad.
That's fine, man.
We just let him know at the YWCA, and then when I let, you know, go fill out field court papers and get them back and stuff, I'll be put in for a bigger place.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got him.
You did?
Yeah, I thought I was going to be broken up.
I can't believe fucking August already.
What?
It's August 10th already. No, tomorrow's our what?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to G-Miles World. And what we're going to be talking
What is
about
it
today is the item
11.
binder. Now,
Hold on,
because
don't tell me.
Madden 19 is going to be so, it's going to be hugely reliant upon training points and making your
9
coins based on
months
the cars that you
tomorrow.
have and knowing when to sell them and
Holy
when not
shit,
to.
babe!
People have been asking me a lot because,
You
you know,
like that?
3 more
I
months and we'll be together a year
a lot
already.
of you dudes are
Yep.
millionaires.
Can you
and
believe
thank me
that?
for it. I don't know why. All I did was give you guys,
No,
food
it
for
seems
thought.
like,
I take
not
no
that long
credit.
ago, right?
Once you
No,
guys figure
I
out
mean,
what you're doing,
That's
on
why
you. I
one of
can
the
tell
good
you till I'm blue in the
exercises,
face what I think you should do.
and that I really liked that I took from the ASC, I'll tell you when it's good and when it's not. One, and it wasn't even the ASC that did it. It was this really, he was a heavier set kid, but he was very genuine.
Mm-hmm.
He came in and he was like, listen, I was sitting right where you were. But what I did is I made a list of things that I wanted to achieve in a year. And when I went back and looked at that list, I couldn't believe how little I wanted for myself.
I know, me too.
That,
I know exactly what you're doing.
That really resonated with me.
It's how much have we accomplished?
Right.
Way more than what I put on my list.
Right. Because things just naturally happen. As a drug addict, you're always sour and negative because you think everything's out to get you. You're never happy, that's why. Being a drug addict, you're never satisfied, never happy, so you don't look at the good things that go on. And not many good things do go on, but when you take the time to be sober and actually, have self-respect, then good things start happening.
You're so right.
Life's easier.
If you choose not to listen, it doesn't matter. Once you figure it out and you understand that what I'm saying makes sense and you put your mind to it, it has nothing to do with me. I just sparked you. And that's what I try to do. I try to spark you guys the right, be reliant upon training points and making your coins based on the cards that you have and knowing when to sell them and when not to. People have been asking me a lot because, I don't want to brag about it, but a lot of you dudes are millionaires and you thank me for it. I don't know why. All I did was give you guys, food for thought. I take no credit. Once you guys figure out what you're doing, that's on you. I can tell you till I'm blue in the face what I think you should do. If you choose not to listen, it doesn't matter. Once you figure it out and you understand that what I'm saying makes sense and you put your mind to it, it has nothing to do with me. I just sparked you. And that's
so
what I try
true.
to do. I try to spark you.
That's why I fuck with this guy. You hear what he just said?
What? You gonna play it again?
Yeah. 1 second. .
me to pull it up on TV or?
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
No, on the phone. All right, let me play it back.
Okay. Sorry. But yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Listen.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to G-Mine's World, and what we're going to be talking about today is the item binder. Now, because Madden 19 is going to be it's going to be hugely reliant upon trading points and making your coins based on the cards that you have and knowing when to sell them and when not to. People have been asking me a lot because, I don't want to brag about it, but a lot of you dudes are millionaires and you thank me for it. I don't know why. All I did was give you guys, food for thought. I take no credit. Once you guys figure out what you're doing, that's on you. I can tell you till I'm blue in the face what I think you should do. If you choose not to listen, it doesn't matter. Once you figure it out and you understand that what I'm saying makes sense and you put your mind to it, it has nothing to do with me. I just sparked you. And that's what I try to do. I try to spark you guys the right way to know what you need to do in order to be successful in Madden 19 Ultimate Team. So one of the major things that are going on is people are having issues trying to figure out what do they sell, what do they keep. Now, if you have a card, right, like say for instance, right, I'm going to be powering up my entire Dallas Cowboys whole line, but let's just check a price of Zach Martin, right? I'm gonna check Zach Martin's price right now. He's at 200K. I got this man for like 120 or something like that, right? And it's funny because that's what somebody bid on him right there. But again, I have no intention of getting rid of him because unless something comes out that's going to be way better right now or that I predict will be happening soon, which I don't, because at this position, the Cowboys NFL, whether you're a Dallas Cowboys fan or not, because you know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. You have to respect what they have been able to build as far as that whole line, and they have three studs there: Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, and Travis Frederick. So when you look at something like this, right? Say you're somebody that's just trying to make coins. Look at the number of cards that are there right now. It's 4 of them, right? Okay. What are the odds that this card, the bid ends way too much lower than 200,000? It's very, very low, right? So that means that the other 3 with the average price of 200K is what it's probably going to be. So if you needed coins to invest in something else, you would probably get rid of this card if you were able to get it for relatively cheap like I was, because I got it for 120. Okay? So I can make my 80K and go and invest into something else that I wanted. Similarly, if you go and right now, look, I'm going to be getting rid of Deion Jones. I got Deion Jones for like 46K. Okay? Right now, the last time I checked, he was at like 80-something K. All right, he's at 79, right? So I made a profit, but is it high enough? What do I think? What would be the reason of this guy going up? This is what you have to understand. Okay, he's part of the Atlanta Falcons, right? What's going on with him? Is there anybody on the Atlanta Falcons that he would be useful for? Maybe a set, maybe something like that? Yes, there is. There's the Team Diamond Julio Jones. Okay, so you don't really know which way this is going to go, but you can estimate that his price will stay about the same rate. You see what I'm saying? As long as he's involved in something, especially right now with the early launch, the Team Diamond set with Julio Jones, when you go over to it, you'll see that he's part of it. Okay, so when we find the Falcons and we go down to Julio Jones, we'll see that he's right there. Okay, so relatively speaking, he's going to stay somewhere around that. He's probably not going to go too high, too low, whatever it is. But he's going to stay around that price. Now, Alex Mack, I had him also. His price is about the same that I got him for earlier because people realize probably by now that he sucks at the center of his game. Last year he was really good. This year he's terrible. I wouldn't even think that guy would not stop no matter what. That guy sucks.
I didn't shower today.
But anyway,
yeah.
When you look at it like that, you can estimate.
Well, you can bring me too. Wet tip
maybe
on
if you wanted to
each
continue to build your team
on one side.
And it's like I'm gonna use them for now, whatever. At least you got a little bit of time. As long as he's
Very-
involved in that, and
you do
Julio
a
Jones
what
is
tip on
somebody
one?
that people are going to
On
be trying
both
to
sides,
complete,
on one
you're
side
probably
of,
going to get
I
somebody
went
who's
2 and 1
75
tip
to
on
80K
each.
for that
Right,
car.
yeah, I get it.
All right, those are the
Definitely.
ways that you gauge it.
To loosen
Okay,
up
you have
the
to understand-
earwax. You don't do that? All right.
I got it.
Do
I'm
your,
gonna do it.
do yourself a favor. Get 2 Q-tips and wet the end of each one of them on one side. Put that in your ear first, then the dry side.
Understand, what are people looking for? Now, when you look at Fletcher Cox and the Eagles, right? His price was about I got him for I pulled him out of a pack. Okay, so he was pretty much I spent money on a bundle and I got him at the when I first got Madden 19, which is about July 31st, right? So I've had him. That's his value, right? I don't know. Like you can try to figure out. You don't have to go to the item set to see if they go into a set. You can just click on the card and then go to add to eligible sets and see what he goes to. Now his diamond is Lane Johnson. Now I don't need that because I already have. Bro, I got the whole Cowboys whole line, so I don't need Lane Johnson. So for me, if I wanted to get rid of him and get somebody else, if I was able to get a nat of something else, it would be beneficial to me to get rid of him and get that 100K.
Okay.
For instance, when you level up with MUT levels, right?
Just
For
send
$2, I can unlock this pack, right? This pack right here, and I can get a Snacks Harrison, okay? Damon Harrison Sr., right? And he's probably, I played against him. The dude came in and sacked me every play.
Here.
But for me, he probably won't play like that, but that's neither here nor there. Obviously, he's like pack, right? This pack right here, and I can get a Snacks Harrison. Okay, Damon Harrison Sr., right? And he's probably, I played against him. The dude came in and sacked me every play. But for me, he probably won't play like that, but that's neither here nor there. Obviously, I think he's 85 overall, right? And you can see that Fletcher Cox is 87.
Fletcher
But if you
Cox?
go ahead
Fletcher
and you look at
Cox.
it right now, let's just go ahead and search it real
That's the
quick
guy's name.
so we can see what's going on. If you look
Fletcher
at what's
Cox.
happening with his overall and the -2, I would still possibly be at an 85 overall because I'm going through all my solos to get the MUT Master. Once I get all my solos, then I'm going to be able to do whatever I want with my team. Okay, so we go right here, we go to the Giants, and then we're going to find Snacks Harrison, okay? Like, that's his power, and then he's here. So he's going for 54, okay? So if I compare him to Fletcher Cox, obviously he's going to be a lot slower. He may be better with block shed by 2. I kind of figured the block shed. Finesse move, I don't see how that's happening. But he's a lot slower. So what do you want? Okay, that was a Vita. Let's go to Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox is just way more, like, other than the block shedding, you know what I'm saying? When you go 84, 85, you know, the play recognition, all that stuff, Fletcher Cox is a better card overall. So I wouldn't want to make the 100K and lose, even though I could power this guy up to an 86 and, you know, see what's good. Fletcher Cox is still more useful for me because what happens is when you play against these mobile quarterbacks, EA Sports has fixed the whole lag that you get when you used to run around with your QB, so it's a smoother transition. So you need faster D linemen. So I wouldn't go for this D tackle in this situation. My Joey Bosa is already upgraded. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need to get another one. Plus, I believe that these are all nats anyway. The $2 cards, these guys are nats, so I have no use for them. All right, so I wouldn't get rid of Fletcher right now because of the way that my scheme is and the way that I know the game is. He's more useful to me right now. Okay, that's how you evaluate your team. You look and you see Randy Moss. I got the 85 overall version of him, right? All right, what's going on with him? That's his price. He's gonna pretty much be around that price for a while because now that the game is launched, a lot of people are being able to see exactly what they should be spending and what they shouldn't be spending. Okay, so those are things you have to understand. Leonard Fournette is another great example. Okay, he's part of one of the biggest sets in this game, which is Jalen Ramsey at launch, the Team Diamond. I don't see his price dropping below 50. Now, I don't remember exactly. I think I might have pulled him also from a solo. And yes, some of the solos, they give you auctionable cards, which is a very, very good part of what EA has been doing, as you know, in making Madden 19 Ultimate Team the best Madden Ultimate Team ever. Everything is not a nat. Some of them are, but every one of them are not. Okay? So you can always bank for now, as long as people are going to be looking to complete the Jalen Ramsey set, that this Fournette, he's going to maintain that value of 50K. Okay? Those are examples of cards that you can use. Look for cards that go into sets, evaluate the name, see exactly what, you know, what somebody else would think about that card. before you put it on the auction house, but you can always just go and press the L1 button and see what their value are, see what they're valued at, and then you just go ahead and estimate it like that. Now, as far as what you should get rid of for training points, the 81 overall cards, they're the 95 training, bro, pretty much what happens is this, right? You're going to have to find a lot of 81s because, like, the higher the elite goes, the more expensive they are, and, most of the time you would want to sell it for coins instead of training points. But what I've seen is that this 95 training point with the 81 overalls, bro, glitchy, okay? Glitchy. Some of them are extremely cheap. This guy, it's Marshawn Lynch. He's going to be a little bit more expensive. But if you have 81s in there for 95, so you can just say 100 training points, you can estimate what you're getting for those, okay? Keep in mind.
Pre-order a Galaxy Note 9 now and choose AKG headphones with a Fortnite Galaxy skin with 15,000 V-Bucks for free, or both for $99.
Hi guys, the NAT cards are a lot less. They're half of what the actual auctionable or tradable cards are. So if you pull a NAT 81, it's going to be half of 95 or something like that. Okay? The 80 overalls go for 65, so you drop 30 for the +1. So these are the things that you could probably look at because right now, look, like say for instance, right, I have no use for Joe Mixon right now because I got Leonard Fournette and I got a decent backup in my rookie premier, Saquon Barkley. Okay? So if I wanted to quick sell him right now for training points, that would be beneficial to me for me to continue to upgrade what I needed. What I need to get to and what I need to have done. That would benefit me a lot more. You see what I'm saying? So those are things you have to look at. When you start going to the gold cards now, see, this guy's a Nat, right? So he's going to be, 15 training, stuff like that. The Nats are always going to be very, very cheap. And you know what's weird? It doesn't show like the other cards do, like next to it. But you can easily check out, just press on it and see if it's going to show you a certain card, and you can see what their actual, their training point value is and stuff like that. But what I found was the 81 overalls getting 100. You're able to evaluate it a lot easier. Now the gold cards, 4,600, 5,000, whatever like that. These cards are still a lot less for training points. Okay, so I would be quicker to get rid of these because the values of them, they're going to be consistent with the 30. You're not going to get like a sneak one that's going to go for more, whatever like that. There's no sneak one. This one's going to be 15 because he's a Nat. Okay, so the Nat.
Baby, where'd my headphones go?
You're right there.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I'm only going to put one in and then that's not loud, I'd rather hear it through my ear anyway. I can hear it better.
And we both can kind of talk.
Yeah.
If you'll talk.
Yeah.
It's on?
Yeah.
Do you think we can have sexy time today?
Yeah.
Fuck. One fuck. Babe.
Oh. Bom.
What did you say?
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, I thought you said comic, like to make it sound like you were doing it. But babe, can we fuck?
Yeah.
Please?
Yeah.
Like now.
I know.
No, please now.
Shortly.
No, now.
Shortly.
Please.
Shortly. I said yes in a little bit. Let me drink some water.
it raining?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a fan. Tell me when to start cooking dinner. It's 6:20.
Soon, baby.
What?
Very soon. You know?
Just wondering, 'cause it's later and later. I don't want. I mean, like, I don't mind when you cook outside when it's dark. I just don't know how comfortable you are. And I have pee and poop. I don't think I ever tried to poop. No, I didn't. Can you stick some towel in my mouth? Okay.
If I can continue to play.
Sure.
Alright, go ahead.
Yes. Just take your pants off. I'm all for a blowjob while you're playing. I don't care. I love that. This is not a problem for me.
Does this count for sex?
No.
You don't want to make a deal?
Nobody wants. Because I need to get stimulated. Unless you want to go down on me later.
Go ahead.
We'll do it that way.
I want to have sex. I was just joking.
Oh.
Where you going? Go ahead.
gonna do that.
I like it. Wait, am I
Just
allowed
kidding.
to come?
No, you can come totally. It was a joke.
Oh.
Just, you know, put it out there.
Oh.
But
Good.
you can totally come.
Alright, we'll just go on 6, man.
No, I want you to come. What would you prefer?
Let's go over at 6.
Really?
Yeah, let's finish this game so we can keep going until I'm done.
Right now?
Yeah. Upstairs. Yeah, where'd you put the condoms?
Let's go. No. I'm so excited.
That was your ploy.
Yeah.
It worked.
Right now.
You're
Just
like,
so
I
you
want
know.
it right now. Oh,
Yeah.
I want it. No, later. I want to go down there. Okay.
Just know, any time of the day, no matter what, I'm totally okay with it. The gym. No, you mean the cotton felted, huh?
No,
But
nothing specific at all.
you came pretty quick.
Yeah, because I was gonna come down here, but you're sucking my dick.
Second you did? You could have came down here, but I'm happy you didn't. Let me reiterate that. What?
I'm happy I didn't either.
Right. That ending was probably way better than a. Well, no, I mean, I'm sure it feels really good when you come in my mouth. I'm not there yet. The one part that I think I kind of ruined the bowl job with is I'm not sure how to. Because sometimes I feel like you're trying to push me out of your mouth. Trying to push yourself out of my mouth when you're coming.
To get it all. That's to get it all. And what you need to do to get it
Shove
all.
it back in my mouth.
I don't know if you like, you know, if you're not the person inside the body feeling it, it's like hard to, you know what I mean?
Right, like so I don't know if
So,
I'm supposed to just take it out of my
All
mouth.
right, so this is all it is. No, you can keep it in your mouth.
Because to me,
but-
I always feel like you're pushing me because
Cause-
it's too sensitive.
No, that's not it. Because sometimes,
You don't come.
no, listen. Let me finish, woman. So when it's going, it's in your mouth, and I do start to come. There's an initial like 1-2 explosion, but then there's still some left in there. And in order to get the dick to make another explosion or like spit, you gotta rub. It's like rubbing right underneath it, right here.
Oh,
You rub right underneath it, and then the rest of it comes out. And I'll always do that, just so I make sure I get it all out.
okay, so it's nothing I did.
No,
Okay.
you do fine. The majority of it comes out, but then I just do it to finish it. And I wanted to share something with you. You know how, I come every time now, no problem?
Right.
Before, part of the issue is, I think, now I'm thinking, there's not a lot of pressure on me to come, but before there was, and I think that was psyching me out some.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, like, I mean,
Ugh.
I feel bad that I did that to you. But like, I mean, it was hard for me, you know. I don't know. I liked you so much, and you know what I mean. Like, I loved you the second I, started interacting with you, and I didn't want you to like. My thing was, I thought you thought I wasn't attractive enough, or like something was wrong with me, so I didn't quite understand yet. You know what I mean?
I know you thought that.
And I didn't want you to end up like me because you couldn't come. I was so afraid of that. You're gonna be like, I really like you, but sex just quite isn't there for me, and I was like, I didn't want that to happen.
Yeah. I understand.
Like, that's a dick. I told him the one thing about me trying to find a job, and now that's all he wants to know. Like, that's just like the same thing. Like, you don't tell your mom shit like that because that's what they do.
Right.
But my dad's doing it for a darker purpose.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut him down right now. Oh. I love you, babies.
Oh, I do.
Do you feel good about what just happened?
I do.
Mm.
You know?
What?
I said I do, you know?
Yeah, I thought you were saying hello to somebody. I'm like, what? Thank you for letting me do that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just gotta let me do it, otherwise I'll ask you all day till like 5 in the morning, and then I realize it's not happening. You're not that.
I was sick. I gotta go to the store.
Here. Here. I agree. Oh, sorry. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm sorry. But then you can't hear my thoughts. Did you ever give me a Q-tip? Yeah. Are you listening to a video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that heat off?
Heat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, turn it back on.
Yeah.
When are we gonna eat dinner?
I'm gonna season the burgers in like a few minutes.
They aren't seasoned yet?
No.
When do you want me to get out to season them?
Oh, yes. I beat it. I'm gonna do it right now. I just beat this. This running shit is annoying because you gotta break loose and it's hard.
Shit, what was I gonna get up for? And then we can go to the store
Seasoning.
while you're up.
What?
You can go to the store while you're up. Ooh, look what you got on your shoe! Those Velcro things.
Velcro from the cage?
Yeah. Nice, babe. Look, I got that. So now you don't gotta worry about that.
Yep.
I was just about to get up to do something, and now I don't remember.
Season the shit.
No, before that. Don't know. Dad, you left the condom just right in the fucking garbage. Right there for everyone to see.
You like it?
Yeah, because when I opened it, I thought about, ooh, sex. That's mine. You guys will come out tonight, okay? Promise. Scout's honor. So, do you think, does that light ever go out, or is it solar?
What light?
The night light by them.
Oh, no, it's electric.
So, no. Alright. I'm gonna poop, okay? I still have enough. After you season the burgers, are you gonna go to the gas station?
What?
After you season the burgers, are you going to the gas station?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
we go.
So maybe I shouldn't poop.
Go ahead and poop.